From Brian and myself's perspective, it's hard. It's hard to relive the moments. We had no idea that Brian would have to retire, and the cameras caught all that. And it was a point where, like, do we just go? Like, do we stop the project and we just go back to Phoenix? And Brian wanted to power through it. But, you know, in the 6 episodes, you really see someone trying to be so strong and decline as the series goes on. But I think the great thing is so many people will connect with Brian because we've all had dreams taken away when you don't realize it. The rug just gets swept right underneath you. And I think we've all been in a position where you think you're going up and you're going one way, and all of a sudden it goes crashing down. And it was hard as a wife to see that, especially because I had 2 months left at WWE, and I was trying so hard to enjoy the ending, but it was hard for me because of what he was going through. And I didn't really want to retire. It's kind of bittersweet for me because we want to be parents, and I can't take back bumps and have a baby bump, unfortunately. I wish there's a superpower
probably not
for
doctor
it.
recommended. I'm
Right.
sure they wouldn't be about
so
that.
it was wild, and it's going to be hard for us to watch, but I think, you know, now people see Brian as the GM of SmackDown, so you know there's a happy ending. But you're definitely going to go on one wild ride with him on Total Bellas.
Yeah, and, you know, catching, you know, Brian's retirement and then me getting neck surgery, which is what brought our whole family together. But I have to say it was a very interesting experience that I'm in the hospital and like having cameras in my face, and then they start to give me medicine, then I'm going out and there's still cameras in my face, and then I come out of surgery, the cameras are still there in my face.
She said some crazy stuff that I was like, yes, the cameras caught it.
They would have never believed
Even though
you.
I don't think, they're gonna, I don't even know if it airs or not, but I was like, she was saying wild things, and I'm like,
I
oh, this is
invited
awesome.
the nurse on a double date with John and I. And I told people about my workout goals that I really wanted to do, and cellulite I wanted to get rid of off my legs. And I was like a full open book. But it actually was really cute, as John said he fell in love with me even more because he was like, she's so sweet. And I was like, yes, got him. But finally I'll get that ring. Just kidding. Well, actually, no, I might.
We're still praying.
But so it's like Brie said, this season, it's extremely compelling. There are a lot of fun moments, but there are also a lot of very deep moments. And I think, you know, with Brian and what I've seen, it's crazy because from my perspective, when you're living in that moment, I wasn't knowing fully what was happening with Brian. So I was very protective of my sister because I just thought he wasn't supporting her on her last few months of retirement. And Brian and I got in a massive fight, and it's going to be so hard for me to relive. It was like our
very
first,
uncomfortable.
He cussed at me, and Brian does not ever say a cuss word, but I drove him that angry.
Which she does that to people.
And you do it to people as well. Thank you.
Only you.
Okay, we both do it to each other. We hit below the belt. It's such a bad thing, but we have to go to therapy for it. I'm just kidding. But so catching that moment and me recovering from neck surgery and just hoping to get back in the ring. And then John also, in the 6 episodes, is recovering as well from a shoulder injury. And so it's crazy that under one roof, all this stuff happens. It happens in 6 episodes, but it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
And I understand now why holidays are one day. You spend one day with your family under one roof.
Yes.
Not 4 to 5 weeks.
Oh, yes.